Hi guys, it's Blank here and welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing good and staying safe. Today I'm here to talk about Exos Heroes, one of the gacha games that I actively play every day. Pretty much I wanted to give you guys an overview of how it's looking like in 2021 and talk about the things I like and dislike about the game, and maybe give a few quick tips to newer players and returning players along the way. So let's get started. So what is Exos Heroes? Well, Exos Heroes is a turn-based hero collecting game. It's very similar to Summoner's War or Epic 7 if you've played those games. There is a big Season 3 update that's coming. You can think of it as an expansion to the game. I believe it's coming out in a few days. So now is definitely one of the best time to start the game because they're gonna give away a ton of free stuff. The game is very free-to-play friendly. What I mean by that is they do give out a ton of currency for summoning. It's this purple currency up top here. It's called Zest, and pretty much I would say you're gonna get like 200, maybe 300 summons a month, just by doing everything and all the login bonuses and other stuff. This is going to be your home screen, your airship. As you can see, these are some of the lovely ladies of Exos Heroes, just some of the units that you can collect in game. Let's take a closer look at some of them. I am playing on BlueStacks 32-bit, so it is playable on an emulator, but it's still not really the best, to be honest. It's better than what it was before. It was definitely constantly crashing. Now it's a lot more stable, but it's still kind of laggy sometimes, so just do keep that in mind. So here we have Rara over here, we have Bathory, we have Ramji and his cat Sia, we have Tantalo over here, who I think is a rat, maybe a hamster or a gerbil. Not really sure what they are, but they're called Banga. Okay, Dorka, of course, my favorite hero in the game. The art in this game I definitely like, both the 2D and the 3D. I think it's amazing. I think it's on point. We have Shufraken over here, if you're into older gentlemen, maybe a little older Garf right here. So yeah, the roster is pretty diverse, so I'm sure you'll find someone you like. One of the things I do want to talk about is the Fatecore system. To put it simply, it's a skin system that it changes your hero's appearance and it gives them extra skills. Sometimes it just powers their multipliers. So let's take Rara here for an example. So what you see here is actually her Fatecore, and this is her base. So if you get lucky and you pull her base form, you can go ahead and start powering it up even if you don't have the Fatecore. Down the line, if you do get the Fatecore, you can just simply equip it just like that. So there's no wasted resources or anything, so you don't have to wait until you actually pull the Fatecore to start building the unit. So there's different types of Fatecores. Right here you can see their borders. This one is the gold type Fatecore, that's considered to be the best. There's the black type Fatecore, there's a blue type Fatecore, and there should be a orange type Fatecore. So the orange type Fatecore, what it does is it's basically just like a skin, like a cosmetic skin. It doesn't power the heroes up. It doesn't give them extra abilities. It's just a skin. The black Fatecore is a little bit more weaker. I wouldn't say weaker, but it plays second best to the gold Fatecore, which is the best. And the blue Fatecore right here, it adds a buff to certain heroes. it does also change the skills and adds passive and whatnot, but definitely the gold Fatecore is the best. So as a rule of thumb, when summoning, it's usually best to go all out on gold Fatecore, I'm sorry, and to just skip the black and blue Fatecore, because yeah, you'd rather really get gold. So moving on, we have the story right here. It's going to be your typical, you know 3-star it, and get all the premium currency and the goodies along with it. The story is pretty good, and I definitely advise for you guys not to skip it. I know like a ton of gacha games have like really bad stories, but I would say Exos Heroes has a good story, so definitely don't skip on it. You have your monthly mission here. For newer players, this is going to be a beginner mission. You won't see the monthly season mission until you complete that beginner mission, so make sure to complete that as soon as you can. You have the Exos pass here, which is your battle pass. So on top is the free pass, if you're not spending any money. The premium pass here, it's definitely one of the best values in the game. If you're a light spender, definitely get the premium pass. It has such good rewards. You can get a Fatecore, you can get a general, and all other goodies. So let's actually show you guys a quick look of how battle looks like as well. So as you can see, you can choose your level, and this is going to be my team that I'm using. So there are loading times as well for, I know some people dislike loading times, but it's not that bad, to be honest. Let's take off auto, maybe take off times 2 to give you guys a look at some of their animations. So another thing with this game is that there is a system called Guardian Stone. Basically, you want to break it, you want to use the same element hero to try and break it, because when the enemy is broken, they take more damage. So, but unfortunately I didn't bring a darkness element type, so we're just gonna have to kill them the good old-fashioned way. This is sped up, by the way. Like in my options, there is a sped up option, so it's still fast even with the times 2 off, but it's even faster with the times 2 on. So that's basically it. You have 3 skills, and yeah, I think most of you have already played a gacha game, so it's not going to be anything different from that. So moving on, is going to be, this is the cumulated purchase event. I mean, it's pretty much for whales. You get goodies as you spend real money. The blue currency here is your premium currency. As you can see, I am not free to play. You can only get this currency from buying with real money. So that's that. Right here on the upper right is the Synergy 2 banner. Well, it's not a banner. It's what the events look like in the game. You go into these and beat the bosses, and you go into the shop, and you purchase goodies. And yeah, I mean, you earn currency and you use them to exchange. There's also a core raid pass here, which is basically the same as the Exos battle pass. So you have your free pass and your premium pass in the bottom. It's definitely one of the better deals in the game, so make sure to get that if you're a light spender. So moving on, you have the Fatecore system here. Basically it shows you all the different types of Fatecores and the themes, and how you can further power up the Fatecores. So these Fatecores, it's basically saying that this person has had one Fatecore and 4 dupes of it, you know. And as you can see, you know, the more dupes the people have, the more power you get. So these people, they're going to be your guildmates or the peoples that you add in your friend list. So it is pretty nice to have, you know, a lot of friends in the game, because they will definitely power up your Fatecore. So yeah, make sure to add them. And here, you know, you can see all different types of Fatecores. Okay, moving on, we have the Air Squadron over here. This is going to be your guild. You know, make sure to check in every day, make sure you donate your gold to exchange for these things. These things you can exchange for more summoning tickets. So, you know, nothing really special here aside from that. And then obviously we have the recruitment, where, you know, you're gonna recruit your heroes. Like I said before, you know, typical Black Fatecore, you know, you're just gonna want to skip it. And I mean, there are some very few exceptions, I'd say, but yeah, you'd really want to just save for the gold Fatecores, especially if you're free to play. There hasn't been a limited unit released into the game up until now. Everything has been, you know, added into the pool, which is both good and bad, I'd say. Because, you know, they can spook you anytime, you know, but at the same time might not be the hero that you want to get. So yeah, premium recruit, you know, Asian recruit is more specific. Your free recruit, you're not really gonna get anything here aside from like fodders and stuff. And finally, you have string of creation. And pro tip, as for someone like me, who's done this, it is a very bad deal. Like, if you're super unlucky, it would take you like around 400-500 summons to get, you know, the Fatecore that you want. So yeah, do not summon on this, okay? That is, I mean, you know, it's up to you, but it's definitely a bad deal. Airship Forge, pretty much useless, you know. It was probably a little better when the game started, you know. You can craft stuff, but, you know, the door to creation, the one that I'm going to show you right now, is better. You can summon for exclusive weapons, but they don't really add that much power, so I'd just skip it. Door to creation, this is definitely where you're going to do most of your crafting, you know, for like things like your equipment, you know, your levistone. This is going to be, levistones are the currency that you use for idling in this game. You can idle, as well as other stuff, you know. If you have a ton of dupes, you know, you can combine them and maybe get a better unit out of them. For those of you starting, by the way, one of the best starters is definitely Anastasia over here. It's not really recommended to go for her because she's pretty common. As you can see, I have a ton of dupes of her. Another recommended starter is definitely Rudley over here, and Awakened Zeon. Sioa is also not bad. As you can see over here, she's a good healer. So at first, you know, you're going to be given a let me show you guys here. I believe it's going to be a selection recruit. It's going to be somewhere here, and basically what that is that you're going to do multiples, and it's unlimited. You know, it only stops when you tell it to stop. So, you know, make sure to get Rudley or, you know, Awakened Zeon, maybe Anastasia. But like I said, you know, she's one of the more common ones. She'll probably spook you at some point. So yeah, moving on, going to world over here. So this is pretty much where you'll idle and you'll see other options for doing your dailies. As you can see, it's like, you know, some old school Final Fantasy feel. You're going to be able to collect some goodies out here. And when your daily quest is up, mine, unfortunately I've already done mine, so but you can just auto it, and this is where they'll be running around completing that. To the right over here is the challenge button, and here it's all PvE stuff. You've got your dragon, you've got your guild raid boss dragon that you're going to want to kill every day. It gives you more zest, more premium currency to summon. Infinity Core, it's in beta right now, but basically you're going to be killing a boss every day, and the units that you use to kill the boss, you're not going to be able to use them for the next boss anymore. So it's still in beta, but you still want to try and do it because it does also give some zest. Then you have Embodiment of Avarice, same thing. You go in with your best team, but it's just really you watching an animation, and you just click start, and then you can just skip it, and then it'll give you a ton of goodies. What else do we have? Upier's Labyrinth. This here, it's basically a dungeon with a lot of gimmicks, like this boss is immune to physical, it's immune to magic, it's immune to certain elements. It's gonna counter every turn, but yeah, you definitely want to clear this because it gives these rewards on the top as well as the premium currency. Like this whole thing, if you can clear it monthly, I think you're gonna get like around 40 summons total just from clearing this. So yeah, you definitely make sure that you want to try and clear it. It might be difficult in the first month, but you'll definitely get stronger as you progress. Side stories, it's also just another way to collect some resources to power up your heroes, but I just really do that, I just quick battle it, or well, I don't have a side story pass, but yeah, that one isn't that important. Then hero battle, you can collect some shards of legendary heroes, but if you're summoning, you're pretty much gonna get a lot of legendary heroes that you're not really gonna care about that. Then you have battle, you have this one is for your guild battles. It's gonna be your team against 3 other teams from the enemy guild, so you fight them, consecutive battles. And then this is going to be your PvP, Zebenstunier. It's this is gonna be pay to win like most PvP gacha games, to be honest. I'm not gonna do a live battle right now because I don't really want to embarrass myself. I'm not that strong, but you still want to do this because it gives these medals, and these medals you can use to recruit some of the best units in the game. So you can buy the shards of them. These are called generals. I think I'm going to make a video focusing more on the generals and the signature force later on, because this video is already pretty long. So yeah, and last but not the least is the growth section, and this is pretty much your resource daily dungeon grind. You got your EXP, Spirit Sanctum, your gold, solar trade routes where you get equipments, Blessing Sanctum. So yeah, at first you're gonna be going into them, you're gonna be using your teams to probably auto repeat. There is auto repeat. You're gonna be using your team to go in until you hit the power requirement, and then you can just quick battle them, so you don't have to go in and watch all the animations and stuff, which is pretty nice. And that's basically about it. Oh, I didn't explain the idling function. So the idle function is right here. So there's 2 different kinds. One is for it keeps the game on, and one is you can log out and it'll automatically explore. The only difference between the two is there is a one mob that spawns when you do the while you're in game. It does give like a bonus currency, but I personally skip it. And then actually there's actually more. I'm sorry about that. This video is dragging on and on. So you can go into town, you know, this is where all the mini games are gonna be. There's a daily tournament where you can see who the top whales are in PvP, you know, and you're gonna bet on them. You're gonna bet which whale is gonna survive until the very end, and you know, you want to do this because you do get a lot of goodies if you bet correctly. So this is a weekly thing, you know. I think it's the top 16 players, I suppose. So yeah, make sure to do that. Heroes challenge, basically you just put in whatever they're asking of you right here and you get more currency for summons. And yeah, you know, there's a dying station as well, you know, if you're into that. I haven't really dyed any of my units, but it requires, you know, these dye tickets. And yeah, you know, let's preview. As you can see, you can change the colors of your units. And that's pretty much about it, you know. Thank you for watching and have a good one. See you later.